Cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers. Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, April 2nd, and we have a huge card. We got a lot of work done in the morning show. We hammered the NHL card. We talked NBA, and we talked NCAA. We talked a little bit about Major League Baseball, but that's going to be our focus for the next 30 minutes. Then Ski Profit's going to join us to talk about these 4 NBA games, and then Maxwell Smart's going to join us to talk about these 4 NCAA games. So we got to keep a brisk pace, but I'm ready to rock. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Alex Ramirez in the house. Big guy Bubba ready to go. Mally Mal. Joe Rich Ramirez has an MLB parlay. Rangers under 5 first half to Yankees money line. Pays 2-1. But man, that Yankees lineup is trash. That is not the Bronx Bombers that I expected that we'd be seeing on a regular basis. But Detroit sucks too. They can still take care of business, Joe Rich. I, though, have a bet, but not on the Yankees or the Tigers, not on the side. Ricardo Gutierrez in the house. We got Sack Down King, May 9-10. Dennis Garcia, who says Winnipeg's at Minnesota tonight, then play Colorado, Arizona, who are fighting for their playoff lives. Anyone like either Nashville or St. Louis to run them down this week? I guess it all depends on tonight. And we know Minnesota swept the season series so far. Won all 4 games against Winnipeg. And I'm uncomfortable back in Minnesota, but it sounds like Zach Parise wants to play and get back in the lineup. He'll be a game-time decision. We'll talk about that. We got Top Set, my man Elio in the house, Mally Mal, Stephen Dollery, Vegas Gun, we haven't seen in a while, Anthony Mastronardi, Baseball Bob, Vaughn Burgess, Sebastian Arnold, Ulysses Hayes. We have a great group. Okay, I'm not adding anything. Saustine Mars in the house. I'm not adding anything in NHL. So it's just the plays I made from the early show. I thought about adding the under in the Oilers game. I'm not going to do that. And I also thought about adding the Sharks, but Pavelski is not going to be in the lineup. And Thatcher Demko actually looked better last game. I don't care if the Sharks have the Nucks number. I just don't think there's value on it right now. We got Campsite Killer, Gate Pass Key. Says, how about them Rays, Jimmy? Man, I wish I was on them last night. Josh Minnie, Yo-Yo Street, Eric Jones, Walla Walla, Dose, Yellow, Jesus, what a great group. Christopher Comentini, Ron Lofton, Lil J. Oh, what a great group. Okay, Ulysses Hayes is on the national money line. I'm doing it one deeper. I'm taking a -1.5. Sebastian Arnold in the house, and I'm surprised. You could actually get a better line right now. I'm surprised. I got it -1.5 at +140. If you took it right now, you get +145 at 5 times. There is +140s available as well. I really thought that would go down. I made that bet early this morning thinking that would be the case. It is not the case. I'm on Predators -1.5 at +140. I'm not going to explain it because we got to get in baseball. I'm also on the Jackets -1.5 at +198. I did. Oh, no, you can still get that line at Heritage. So you can still get a line. I'm also on the over 5.5 in that game. Very strange line total movement that I didn't let scare me. But I got over 5.5 at -109. And you can't get that anymore. So, but the market's been all over the place with this total. That's a little concerning, but I'm still fine with the over 5.5 and Bruins Blue Jackets. All right, Hurricanes +105 money line. Let's see if I'm missing any important NHL comments. Dave LA in the house. Man, Dave LA, I'm going to need help on this baseball card. Thank you for coming. We got to get you back on the show this week. I need your help. Just a little overwhelmed this week. Hurricanes +105 on the money line. That is not available anymore. That's a good thing to see. Even though, I destroyed the Kings last night, the Kings market move, and that didn't mean anything. So it doesn't necessarily equate to wins, but the best you get for the Hurricanes right now, -111 at Pinnacle. So beat that by 16 cents like that. Then I took the Lightning Canadians under 6.5 at -110, under 6.5, and you can still get, you can even get -109 now at Pinnacle. I'm surprised. I still feel very comfortable there. Then Pens, Red Wings. I did think about jumping on the Pens, but I decided not to in the end. Mr. Gokster said, yeah, also fading Demko. Remo says, I love Sharks versus Canucks, Jones versus Demko. You know, we've all the Canucks fans been waiting for Demko to step up, and I think he's looked pretty bad so far this year. The last game was his best game, so we will see about that. Ulysses Hayes on the Yotes money line. I decided not to jump on the Penguins. It just on the road as this big of a favorite. It just doesn't seem like value, even though the Red Wings are so banged up. They are playing really good hockey. Their forwards are rolling. I'm off Jets Wild. I am on the Stars, -1.5. I got +150 on that. If I did that right now, I can't get +150. That's good. Okay. +145 is the best you can get at Heritage and 5 dimes. So that's good. And then I jumped. Oh, and then I didn't take that under 6. I'm surprised Koskinen's going back-to-back. Interesting stuff. I'm off the Sharks Canucks. And then I took the Coyotes -1.5 at +135. And I beat that. Oh, no, you can still get that at Heritage. But at least it didn't go against me. That's my NHL card. Let's move on to baseball immediately and work together here. Now, Ulysses liking Winnipeg money line. Parlay Poppy in the house. Great having him on the show this morning. Brian Watson says, hey, Jimmy, like Nashville -1.5, Colorado, Minnesota, and then the Padres and the Twins. Well, let's talk baseball. I need you guys together with me here. First off, I jumped on the first 5 under 4.5. Now, I didn't get as good. I had to bet it at -130, which is something that Dave LA wants me not to be taking these -130s, and I totally understand that. Here on the show, at least, I can get -119. That's available at Pinnacle. First 5 under 4.5 at -119 available at Pinnacle. Let's see if there's anything better than that, actually. Here, we're going to move to MLB. MLB. Totals here, SBRodds.com. Let's go first 5. Let's see if there's anything better than -119. Totals, first 5. And there's 4s. I wanted the 4.5. -119 at Pinnacle is the best I can get. Okay, so that's said and done. All right, going to keep rolling. Mally Mouse says, where's not applicable? That's a good question. We need to see who shits the bed. Gate Pass Key says, feel the Jackets are going to be way too jacked up and will turn over puck a few times and lose a close one to the Bruins. They beat themselves. If the Bruins scored 2 or 3 goals, that game will go over at least. And Rembo says, Martin Jones, Vancouver native. His record versus Vancouver is exceptional. It is. It really is. It absolutely is. Okay, so that's the Yankees, Tigers, first 5 under. Now, Brewers, Reds. I wanted to talk about this game, but I guess the games I need to talk about the most are the ones I haven't bet yet. I've already made a move here. I am fading Anthony DeSclafani. DeSclafani looked terrible over his final 6 starts last year. He's looked bad against the Brewers. 1-1, 6.00 ER and 3 starts against the Brewers last season. He's actually had 7 starts against them before his devastating injuries. The reason why he only played the second half of last year and then was out for the whole year with Tommy John surgery. All that said and done, I'm going to fade the Reds. And I was very disappointed looking at this Reds lineup. A very, very ugly lineup. And they're capable of putting out some beautiful lineups. There's not one here. Oh, and Twadi Latte says, wait, what if it should be -150? I'm missing that. Missing what's going on. Trying to focus. Randy Lockhart says over 8.5. In which game? In, I guess, the Tigers-Yankees game? Is that what you're talking about? Randy, talk to me here. Trying to pick up what's going on in the comment section. It's a little difficult. Okay, so let's just take a look at this lineup here. Or are you talking in the Brewers game? Come on, Randy. I need your help here. Talk to me, Randy. Okay. Parlay Poppy is on the over 8.5 Brewers. I almost took that, but instead I decided to take the Brewers team total over and just focus on them. We're going to go to daily lineups. Oh, and Ron Lofton's already on the under 9. It's a good-looking Brewers lineup, as always. We'll be saying that all year. Kane, Yelich, Shaw, Aguilar, Moustakas, Grandal, Gamble, Arcia, and then Chacin, who hit a homer in his first game of the year. Winker, Votto, Puig, Suarez, Schebler, Dietrich, Barnhart, Peraza, DeSclafani. Christopher Comtine says, hell no overs in the Tigers game. So what the hell? Please tell me what's going on. What was Randy talking about? Oh, yes, Brewers. Okay, beautiful. I'm simplifying it. I'm only taking the Brewers team total over. Let's see what I'm going to get here at Pinnacle for the team totals. Brewers team total over 4.5 at +103. So over 4.5 at +103. And then I am taking the Brewers on the money line here. Brewers money line. Sorry, let's just get to it quickly. I'm going to move as quickly as I can here on SBR.com, SBRodds.com. Keep my cool. Sportsbookreview.com, SBR odds, money line. Okay. Need somebody in here. Line shopping for me. Minus 113 is hanging at Pinnacle, and I will take it. All right, so I'm on. I also think that Chassin looked okay in that game. He's always pitched well against the Reds. 2-3 lifetime, 3.86 ERA. Votto hits him hard, but I thought he looked fine in that first start of the year. Low whip. I know he got hit hard allowed a couple home runs, but that's my action. Oh, and Dave LA's on the Reds second half money line at plus 110. Okay. RMK says, Jimmy, just heads up, Pavelski is in tonight. Wow. Why did I just read that he wasn't going to be in. Thank you, RMK. That's very interesting. Twatty Latte saying, can't go wrong taking the Brewers. Very interesting, RMK. So that, RMK, are you on the Sharks? I would love to hear if you guys are on the Sharks. Now, I'm going to have time to figure this out if I'm going to jump on them. We don't need to talk about it right now, but very, very interesting. Okay, let's move on, and thank you for letting me know, RMK, and I'd love to hear if any of you guys are on the Sharks. Okay, now let's move into the games I have not bet. I wanted to get those bets in, so I didn't need to make them during the show. That is in business. Let's talk Phillies, Nationals, Eflin, Scherzer. I know a lot of very sharp people who like the team total over for the Phillies, but my book's hanging it at 2.5 at minus 155, and I'm just not going to take it. Scherzer going up against Harper. Harper playing back in Washington. It's going to be an extremely exciting game to watch. Phillies are coming off season opening sweep of the Braves. They looked very good. Scherzer has great numbers against Philly in his career. 17 starts, 2.64 ERA. Eflin, 1-1 with a 5.93 ERA in 3 career starts against Washington. The Nationals were lucky to get a win out of the Mets. Mr. Ghost says Sharks low-hanging fruit. Man. Lost a lot of games in a row, Ghoster, but I hear you. Mally Mouse, Scherzer striking out 12. Jake Bell liking Phillies full game money line, and Ulysses liking Philly money line, and Lil J liking Phillies money line. Let's take a quick look at what we'd get for the money line. So there's been a big move in the Phillies direction in this game. Open up plus 185 at Bet Online. It's now down to plus 170. It's actually gone back up. It was lower a little while ago. Getting a nice, juicy spot there on the Phillies. Trusting Scherzer. Elliot V says Phillies won't put up much on the road. Gay Pasky says all over Phillies run line at this price. Scherzer not great right now. Lance Mania, I saw that. You're overcashed big. Twatty Latte got to that Phillies team total over 2.5 minus 135 last night. That was excellent work. Ulysses saying a lot of emotion for Harper tonight. And overall, I guess it's just a play I'm going to stay away from. Kobe Williams saying Philly, the only beaten team, might end tonight. Mr. Gogser says, I do like this one, Jimmy. Smiley Mouth saying, come on, Scherzer, not great. Johnny Kotzen also on the Phillies money line. Certainly that's the play with value. But I'm hesitant to go against it. This total opened up at 7.5 plus 105 to the over. Now 7 and minus 116, 115 to 120 on the over. I'm going to just watch this game as a fan right now. Jake Bell says, I'm riding Philly till they lose. I understand that. Elliot V says, don't overthink Evelyn versus Mad Max. Come on. Mally Mal leaning towards Mad Max. And Campsite Killer saying, Pavelski in the lineup. Just checked Roto World. Are you on the Sharks tonight, Campsite Killer? Parlay Poppy says, Scherzer crushes Phillies. Line not high on Washington bullpen. Yin Kang says, what's the best NBA pick today? We are going to have Ski Profit joining us in 17 minutes to break down this NBA card. So at this point, I am not, and Campsite Killer is on the Sharks. At this point, I'm not making a move on the Phillies Nationals game. I don't really want to take the Phillies here. And Twatty Latte saying, yeah, Jimmy, you can't take minus 155. Twatty, it's been that number for most of the day here, at least as soon as I checked. Let's move on to Orioles at Jays. Another peculiar situation with the Jays being such a big favorite. In what world can they possibly be a minus 200 favorite? The Jays did trade Kevin Pillar today, and in Toronto, everyone's huge Kevin Pillar fans, big Kevin Pillar fans. You know what? Good riddance, Kevin, and your baby bat. Goodbye, man. Everyone talking about what an incredible center fielder Kevin Pillar was. Let me ask you this. How many times did you see Devon White starfish? All have to dive, these Superman dives, starfishing all over the field. Why was Devon White not doing that? Because he's much faster than Pilar, and he would take better routes to the ball than Pilar. Wouldn't have to be diving 10, 15 feet. Because Devon White is one of the best center fielders of all time. But Kevin Pilar, now I got in huge arguments. Man, people got very, very angry when I would state this case. But it just goes down to how many times you see Kevin Pilar fucking starfishing. Come on. Goodbye, Pilar. Maybe find better routes to the ball and you won't need to fly through the goddamn air. Okay, Orioles, Jays. Stroman versus Cashner. Stroman is healthy. He talked about that all summer long, how he's just feeling all winter long, how he's feeling very good. Feeling better than he's felt in a long time. He was dealing with a lot of injuries. He was also dealing with blisters at the start of last year. He looked exceptional in that first game. But how in the world could the Jays be minus 200? Marcellus Wallace says Pilar was a great center fielder. And I'm a hater. Yeah, I'm a hater. I'm fucking... Marcellus Wallace says, why are you comparing Devon White to Pilar? Because they play the same position. They played the same position for the same baseball team, Marcellus Wallace. Is that difficult to find a comparison there? Is that tricky? That's a big fucking reach? Come on, let's stay focused here. All right? Okay, Cashner, Stroman. Jesus. How could I compare the two? They played the same position for the same baseball team, Marcellus Wallace. What else do I need? For the love of God. Totally different players. Jesus. Fuck it. All right, we got a lot of work to do today. Shut the fuck up. Wallace. How could I compare two guys that played the same goddamn position on the same fucking baseball team? The fuck up. You've never heard anyone say he was better than Devo? Of course not. Okay. Okay. Cashner had a bad opening day. I'm not going to trust Cashner, but I'm not going to take the Jays at this line. I'm not going to take the Jays at this favorite spot. All right, let's just move on to a new game. I still haven't made a bet on that baseball team in Toronto. Okay, let's just stay focused. Rockies at Rays. Freeland versus Snell. Freeland looked spectacular in his first start. Freeland is a spectacular pitcher. Blake Snell, maybe the best pitcher in the American League. Are you getting extra value on him because he had a bad start? I know a lot of people want to back Freeland in this situation. Let's take a quick look at money lines and totals. Okay. Bet you wish I was wearing panties, Marcellus Wallace. Bet you fucking wish. Give you something to jerk on, eh? Nice little choke and jerk. Freeland, Snell. Snell opening at minus 150, now minus 163. Sorry, Marcellus Wallace, that's about the dumbest fucking thing I've ever... Questioning how I can compare guys who played the same position for the same team is so fucking stupid. Okay. Just stay focused here. Freeland, Snell. Total is at 7. Let's hear what you guys have to say about this spot. Viper MB says Snell was a cash king last season. Anthony Mastronardi saying, I like Tampa Bay. They're hot with the bats. Jorge Don't Play says, all over the Rays money line. Elio saying MLB brings out the worst in us. Listen, it's my fault. It's my fault. I got destroyed last year in baseball. Now I'm just a little edgy when we start talking about baseball, all right? So that's all. It's my fault. Sebastian Arnold says, I like Snell bouncing back tonight. You know, Freeland, Snell, I like Snell bouncing back tonight. And if Snell bounces back tonight, then I guess the game goes under. Is that the spot to take the under here? Kiermaier's hitting 3-run home run, doubled, and drove in 4 runs in the Rays 7-1 win. Kiermaier would play 65 games. Kiermaier would miss 85 and 90 games and still win Gold Gloves over Pilar. Snell gave up 6 hits in 6 innings. You know, 3 of them were out of the yard. That was a problem. And Brantley's blast was just, Jesus. Ryan Yarbrough, normally a starter, came in for the bullpen, worked 4 in a third. He allowed 1 run in relief. He allowed 1 run. That's the only run this bullpen has given up. Freeland, 25. Unbelievable. 17-7 last year, 2.85 ERA. Pitching in Colorado, that's just spectacular. He looked so good in his first start. He allowed 2 hits, 1 a solo homer from Riddle. 1 run, struck out 5, walked 1. Baseball Bob says Rays money line, Jimmy. I can't take anything over minus 135. I just can't. It's just not going to work. And then I would have to take them minus 1.5, and I don't want to do that against Freeland. Mickey Cohen says, I'm Rockies. And our friend from Asia likes the Rockies too. You know what? That makes sense to me. You're getting a ton of value with Freeland here. A ton of value. Do we take the Rockies plus 150, plus 154 with Freeland on the mound? That's got to be the spot here. That just has to be the spot. Everybody else liking Rays. Okay, and Mally Mouse saying Rockies getting swept. All right. Lil J says, love the Rockies, but under in the first 5 too. What would you get for first 5 totals here? First 5 totals. Let's take a quick look at what the lineup is here. Sorry, quickly, RotoWire. Okay, lineup here. Rockies. Man, I need to keep a brisker pace. For the Rockies, Blackman, Hampson, Arenado, Story, Dahl, Desmond, Reynolds, Iannetta, and Valaika. And then that's not a very strong lineup for this team. I mean, you have Arenado, Story, Dahl, so you're fine 3, 4, 5. Diaz, Pham, Robertson, Garcia, Zunino, Heredia, Adames, Kiermaier, Arroyo. Man, I look at this and I think the Rockies are live. Mally Mouse says Rockies bullpen is atrocious. Well, what about first 5 money lines? First 5 money lines on Colorado, plus 145. Do I really want to be... Ulysses Hayes says Colorado does like left-handed pitch. You know what? I guess I'm just going to stay off of it. Ricardo Gutierrez says Rockies are a live dog. Alex Ramirez liking the Rockies. How do you not like the Rockies here? At least early, if their bullpen's a problem. Anthony Mastroianni said these Rockies couldn't hit on the road versus Miami. I doubt it will happen here. Plus, Tampa Bay being active and playing good baseball so far. Okay, you guys, I hear you. And I'll stay off this spot. So let's move on. Let's find some spots that I can jump on. Let's go Mets, Marlins, Vargas, Urena. Urena gave up 4 runs in 4 2/3, but they all came after he took that liner in the leg. He was rolling before that. I guess he wasn't. I guess you can't say he was rolling because that was in the second inning. So maybe that is. So obviously he wasn't rolling if he got hit by a liner in the second inning. Gabe Paskey says, don't trust Snell. He might bounce back, but I will wait. He's a very good pitcher, but don't want to hop on him after a poor outing. And Twatty Latte says, Tommy Pham, the best hitter. Rockies money line. Again, a lot of people liking Rockies money line. And Von Polo's on Tampa, first 5 run line, max bet. Wow. And Ulysses says, I don't trust Freeland. Gate Passkey liking the Mets. I'm with you, Steven Esposito, on the Bruins. Dave L.A., Marlins first 5, team total over 1.5. Wow. That is an exceptionally nice-looking first 5 team total. Let's see if, because I can't get that at this book. Man, okay. I got to get those going, though. That's just such a good look. Okay, here we go. First 5. Wow. 1.5. But it's minus 136 here. Oh, that just seems so easy to get to with Vargas. Wow, that's a good look, Dave. That is a very, very, very good look. Marcel, I can't laugh. I got to say. Marcellus Wallace like in the over 8 Mets Marlins. Let's take a look at the totals here in the Mets Marlins game. Rem Mo said, did we talk Detroit, New York yet? Yeah, we did. Sorry, Rem. I jumped on the first 5 under 4.5. I think that over's got to be in play, but I also feel like Vargas is susceptible here. Who knows what the hell Vargas is going to give us? I know he came on in the second half and had a good spring, but the total is at 8. That's a low total. But Von Polo liking the first 5 under. Dave L.A. says, just take it. First 5 over 1.5. God, that is nice. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Von Polo liking the under. Dave L.A., that's the only play you have on the total. Parlay Poppy says, Vargas, Urena, say that in April of last year, and you just laughed. Yeah, I like what Marcellus is on. Lance Mania on it too. I think these guys are susceptible for sure. Okay, I'm going to make a couple moves here. First off, I'm going to jump in with Dave LA on the Marlins, first 5, over 1.5. At Pinnacle, I'm getting that over 1.5 at minus 136. I don't like taking those, but I'm going to here. So first 5, over 1.5 at minus 136. There. And then I'm going to jump on with my new friend Marcellus. I am going to jump on this over 8 here. But I'd love to hear if any of you guys also like this over, because I think that makes sense. I think both pitchers are vulnerable. But this Mets lineup is not nearly as strong as you'd want it to be here. Mets lineup, let's grab it here. Nemo, McNeil, Cano, Conforto, Ramos, Smith, Rosario, Lagares, and Vargas. I mean, there's a name that you're missing in that lineup. Ugh. That stud. That young stud is not in the lineup. Marcellus Wall says, cash it, Jimmy. Stucci's back in action. Charles Park says, Vargas must feel so bad about himself considering the other pitchers in that clubhouse. Mets over. Also, Jordan Smith liking the Mets over. Okay, Marcellus, I'm coming with you. And you guys know I need to open up a book here at Pinnacle. I need to be able to get these first 5 team total overs. I don't have one with my book right now. But I am going to jump on this full game over. I am jumping on this full game over right now. Let's get to it. Totals. Over 8 at minus 110. That's available at Pinnacle and 5 dimes. Over 8 at minus 110. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Boom, boom. Okay, we got to keep rolling. We got to keep it brisk pace. Astros, Rangers, Verlander, Shelby Miller. The weather, the wind's coming in pretty strong, 12 miles an hour, but 70 Fahrenheit. We know balls can still fly out. But do you want to take Verlander as this big of a favorite? Oh, beautiful. Top set says that's my play, Jimmy. You know I kept Marlins. I'm on the over. Beautiful. Remos celebrating the Pinnacle book. Okay, and Jay Soto liking the over too. And MVP Sportsbook's getting 1.5. Only 2.5 here at Pinnacle for that first 5. Beautiful. Okay, so let's keep rolling here. Astros, Rangers, Verlander looked excellent in that 5-1 win opening day. Struck out 9, allowed 3 hits. Shelby Miller, who knows what he's going to do? He looked terrible in 2018. But if you want to back this run line, it's going to be minus 130 or minus 140. And the Astros bats are asleep. The Astros bats are just asleep right now. Here we go. Astros minus 1.5 and minus 140, minus 150. You know, I just don't want anything to do with it. Bobby Digital said, Jimmy, I gave out some weak mediocre plays during college basketball season, but baseball is where I make my bread. Please take Houston run line first 5 and their team total over with Shelby Miller going. And Dave LA is going Astros run line. I'm not going to take the Astros run line at minus 140 or 145. I can completely understand why you guys would do it, but I just don't want to make those kind of bets. I have to stop myself from making those bets. The first 5, though, at minus 130, minus 135, I just don't want those. I just don't want those numbers. I can completely understand. And listen, Bobby Digital, I'll be watching for you all year long. I just don't want those huge unders. Or excuse me, those huge lines. Sorry, I looked at Jim Rummy's play. All right, Twins Royals under 7.5. I jumped on that at minus 103. And you can't get that anymore. I mean, the minus 103, you can still get the 7.5. This is Matt Randall's taint play of the day. Heard a lot of great cappers are on it. Now the best, you can still get a minus 108 at 5 dimes. So I barely beat that line move. Let's say I beat it by 5 cents. Alex Ramirez liking the over in that game. With the wind coming in, I'm just going to leave it at that. Anthony Mastronari says, yes, their bats are asleep, but when Verlander pitches, he pitches a sweet tune that really wakes up their bats. I hear that. Okay. And David L.A. says, wow, ugly line minus 145 is bad. Just pass. Okay, beautiful. And Twins Royals under 7.5. You know, I'm already on it. We are going to have to move to NBA soon. So let's go through these California games, which were tricky yesterday. Here we have Sale and Fires. Red Sox are 1-4. They got 4 hits yesterday. Bogart's got 2 of them, but he's 0 for 7 in his career with 4 strikeouts against Fires. Fires 2-0 record, 1.99 ERA in 4 head-to-head meetings with Boston. Sale hoping to fare better than that horrible 3 innings that he pitched on opening day. He's always pitched well against the A's, but only Simeon hits him hard. Chris Davis can't hit him hard. 2 for 15 with 0 homers. At this point, I don't want to make a move on either of these sides. Red Sox. The total is at 8. I guess maybe Let's see. Parlay Poppy liking Angels first 5 overall day. That's the one spot I think I want to make is the Angels. So let's talk about that. But Sale, Fires, I think the only value is with Fires. And I'm not going to make a move on this spot. So I'm off that game. Now let's talk Greinke Lauer. See the money line here. Greinke is a plus 107 dog. And Lauer is a beast, man. 25th overall draft pick in 2016. He had a 0.69 ERA at Kent State. He looked very good against the Diamondbacks as a rookie. His numbers at Petco Park are coming down. Greinke has great numbers against the Padres, 2.20 ERA in 22 starts. Greinke's a bit of a head case. Will he get his shit together? That's the case, or that's the question here. Will he get his shit together? Mally Mouse is Oakland or nothing in that spot. Yeah, I don't want to jump on it. I don't want to make a move there. I'm a little uncomfortable making a move even here with Diamondbacks Padres. Bobby Digital says get right game for the Sox, but don't take them run line. And then I don't really want to take him on a huge spot there. Jin Rummy has the over 7.5 at plus 111. That's a great look. And Lance Mania going to the game in a bit. Oh, that'll be wonderful. Okay. Searching from 15 books to find the best line is BS. Expand on that, Mikey. Expand on that. Parlay Poppy says Greinke also a large future regression candidate. Riku Roxas liking the A's money line. Then we get to the Giants, Dodgers. Bummy looked great. Giants seem to have the Dodgers number. I tell you what, the one spot I want to make a move with is the Angels. Let's talk about this game together and see if we can make a move here. I'm thinking of taking the reverse run line with the Angels. I was fine with Cahill's first start, and he's always pitched well. 5-4 with 3.40 ERA in Seattle. Ron Lofton liking the over again in the D-backs game. What was the total there? What would we get here? I'm thinking of, okay, clearly the Mariners have hit 16 home runs. The Angels have hit 1. But the Angels smashed Gonzalez. Trout, 8 for 17 his career against Gonzalez. And Drelton Simmons, 8 for 18. Let's take a look at this Angels lineup, or at least what we're expecting in this Angels lineup. Damn, where is it? Sorry, here, Angels lineup. Where are you? It's not up. Oh, here we go. Confirmed lineup. Cozart, Trout, Simmons, Pujols, Luke Roy, Calhoun, Kevin Smith, Fletcher. You know, I think that Ulysses Head says take Seattle money line. You know what? I am going to jump on this for a big score. We're going to leave this card. I'm going to go for one big score tonight, and that will be on the reverse run line for these Angels. -1.5. Let's get a big score, and let's start doing more of these and not being afraid. I got to stop being afraid to take them. It's plus 105, but let's take it -1.5 and plus 200. I'm going to take the Angels -1.5. Oh, Alex Ramirez says the reverse run line works for you, please. It's just you take the dog to win by -1.5. So instead of the run line on the dog, which is plus 1.5, you switch it and you go -1.5. And that's what we did with the Coors Field fade when last year. You take the dog, you take them on the reverse run line for a big juicy score. And I'm going to do it here. Lucky lefties on the Angels. Alan Action says Angels are bad, Mariners are clicking. I get it, Alan Action, but we know that baseball doesn't work like that. Dave LA says, I'm an Angels fan, Jimmy, and their bats are very bad. Yes, but this is the guy that they hit. This is a spot where I think, I'm just going to go against the trend here. Come on, when we at the beginning of the year, did you think the Mariners would be leading the league in home runs? No. Do you think the Angels would only have hit one home run? No. It's not going to last. Cahill can pitch in this Safeco. I'm going to take the Angels -1.5 at plus 200 for a score here. Angels -1.5 plus 200. Let's get it. All right. That's what's up. That's my baseball card. I'm on the Angels -1.5 at plus 200. And then the only other play I'm on is Twins Royals under 7.5 at -103. Then I'm on two plays on this Mets Marlins game. First 5 over 1.5 for the Marlins at -136. And over 8 full game at -110. And then Brewers team total over 4.5 at plus 103. And the Brewers on the money line at -113. And I'm on the Tigers Yankees first 5 under 4.5. All right, book it. Okay, Campsite Killer says Mariners are rocking. Ride them until they fade out. It just doesn't work like that. I really Lance Mania like in the over 8.5. Yeah, that makes sense. If the Angels are gonna wake up finally, but then going against these line moves in the totals did not work for me. So, but that makes sense. So then, we're gonna move on to NBA, but while we do, could you please ask me? Sorry, I'm falling apart here. Dave LA, could you tell me what you think about the total in the Angels Mariners game? Let me know if you think that over 8.5 is live. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. My man Ski Profit in the house to break down this NBA card. I capped the games briefly on the morning show. Have not made any moves. Just very, very excited about having you on the show and thought I would make them now. Ski Profit, welcome to the show. We have you on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're very fortunate for that. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Jimmy. It's great to be back here breaking the games down with you.
It is. It is.
My bad. I just got an alert about something important, but I'm looking for it. I actually, for once, like the Lakers today.
Well, it goes with every single trend imaginable. Oklahoma City just doesn't cover first halves. What have they covered? 6 of their last 31 or something? They just don't cover first halves. This spread opening at 13 now, 12. Do we know, is Kuzma going to be in the lineup?
I'm searching now. I haven't gotten an alert that says he's in or out. I kind of was waiting on that as well, but still game time decision as of right now.
All right. Okay. I hear people saying how trash my Angels -1.5 is. I get it, but I can't be afraid to not. I got to take some of these reverse run lines and go against trends. That's the only way I'm going to have success. Okay. Let's talk about what you think is going to break down in this big game for the Thunder. What the hell is happening to the Thunder? Is it just Paul George's shoulder? Let me get to my notes here. What is your feel on this Lakers-Oklahoma City Thunder game?
Well, yeah, Paul George's shoulder is a big deal. We know earlier he was playing like MVP, and then once his shoulder got hurt, I mean, the team kind of spiraled down with him. We were talking about it the other day, like me and I think Rail and Jay Money on the show, but Westbrook has been the problem. So, I mean, maybe he needs to go be a shooting guard. But Thunder, yeah, they've been terrible since that. They're 2-7 against the spread their last 9. They're 16, 18-1 as a home favorite, 17-13 against the spread versus mediocre teams. You touched on it. They've only covered 6 first half spreads in their last 31, 29th first half point differential. I just think it's too many points for a team that's playing this bad. The last time they won by more than 12 was 26 games ago. They're 2-7 against the spread their last 9. They haven't shown you anything why you would want to lay 12 points with them. The Lakers, ever since what were they? Like the last I saw, I think it was 1-12 against the spread their last 13 games. Now they're 5-0 against the spread their last 5. Now they want to play, I guess, but I just think it's one team playing a little better, one team not playing well at all. 12 points, too many. And also, the first half could be a look with how bad the Thunder have been on the first half since the break. I like the Lakers on the first half and the full game.
And you would do this without Kuzma in the lineup?
I would definitely like Kuzma to be there, but Kuzma, it's not so much I'm looking at this game thinking I need Kuzma. It's more so it's too many points for a team that's playing that bad. Even looking like I thought I was seeing things. I had to double check and make sure my tabs were set up correctly. Last 5 games, Lakers have the advantage every single category: offensive rating, defensive rating, rebound percentage, and that's crazy to me. But with Kuzma, is not going to make all the difference for all of that. OKC is playing way too bad to lay 12 points, so I'm going to be on the plus 12, and I'm thinking about this first half.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, it makes perfect sense. But I'm just hesitant. Baseball Bob says, Yeski, love the first half Lakers. Mally Miles saying Lakers looking dead. Jesse Daly saying ride the big dogs.
Covered the last 5.
Yeah, I'm hesitant. I'm just hesitant. Larry Savage saying Thunder win by 20. King Rail saying I love Ski, but I can't support that. Played the first half, he means.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, expand,
OKC,
expand.
everybody's been expecting them to come out and like bounce back or have that kind of effort, and we've been waiting, and it hasn't come. I mean, are we just gonna keep expecting it to come every game, or are we just gonna realize that something is wrong? And I think something is wrong.
That is very well put. That is very succinct, well put, to the point. That makes a ton of sense. Something is wrong, but I'm still just hesitant to make a move on it. What do you think about this total that's at 225?
The total. Well, Lakers. I'll start with OKC. OKC, they play more towards the over at home. They're 21 and 17 to the over. Lakers, they're just. I mean, it's 20 and 19 to the under away. It's not nothing significant. I know at home Lakers play towards the under, so I would just have to lean towards the under because even though Lakers' defensive rating is fifth last 5 games, I don't really see much defense being played. I have a couple of crazy stats when the line is 223 to 226. The over is 8-3 for the Lakers, and for the Thunder is 6-4. Thunder went under 7 of the last 10, under 5 of the last 7 for the Lakers. It's tough for me. I think the value is with the spread, honestly, but gun to my head on the total, I wouldn't bet on defense.
Yeah, I hear that. You know what? I'm just gonna stay off this game at this point. I like your breakdown a lot, but I want to find a couple different spots here. Let's talk San Antonio opening at -9.5, now -11. This total at 229.5. We know Dwayne Dedman done for the year, non-surgical procedure. He's done. Plumlee, Spellman, Poitras done for the year, and John Collins resting. Torian Prince foot injury. Man, what a mess. So, how do you break down this game?
Um, it's tough. Spurs are 1-4-1 against the spread their last 6. And when the spread is -12 to -9, they're 1-6. Last 5 game stats tell me Spurs are the play. Offensive rating, they're 12, defense rating 15th, rebounding 13th. They have the advantage all of those categories. But I look at some of these other stats and I don't know. I think it's too many points. When the spread is +9 to +12, Atlanta's 12-7. They're 21-16 as a road dog. They're 4-1 against the spread their last 5. Lately, I feel like though, I mean, earlier in the season, I feel like Atlanta played better on the road, and then now I feel like they've been kind of playing better at home. This total, Atlanta plays towards the over in general. Spurs play more towards the over under at home. I feel kind of uncomfortable with this game. Gun to my head, I'll make a play on the Spurs just because that's what my stats tell me here. They tell me Spurs how to play, but I honestly think it's 50-50 on that spread.
Ski, what do you think about this? I think that we take the pace stats. I think we take all of the season-long stats with teams like the Lakers and the Hawks, teams with completely different lineups, and just put a line through them. They've been so helpful all year long. And they've been so helpful for the last 6 or 7 weeks when you've been on this enormous run, which we all enormously respect. But I think we just put a line through them now. What do you think about that?
I can say yes to some of the stats. Uh, the the offensive rating, defensive rating, rebound percentage, and pace. Those stats that I use, they're all last 5 game stats. So those are not season long stats. But I mean, some of these other numbers I see, I can understand how you get to that conclusion. So if we're doing it that way on this game, then Spurs will be the play.
I think so. And I think that's what the market is saying too. I mean, if Alex Len gets in any trouble, I mean, who comes in? Like, if Alex Len gets in any trouble, is it that guy they just signed from Australia? Like, who do they like? What bigs do they have? It seems I'm going to go through depth charts, but Aldridge is going to be able to put Alex Len in foul trouble, if he pleases. And then, I guess they have Tyler Zeller. I mean, what?
And also, if they play through Aldridge, I mean, it should be slower too, right? And who controls the pace? We always talk about that, the home team or the better team. Well, the home team is the better team, and last 5 games pace is 27. So if you're thinking Spurs win, maybe it's a lower scoring game. Maybe the defense shows up at home. I know their defense is definitely better at home than away. So, I mean, I can see that Spurs and under game.
Yeah, you know what? I can see that too. King Rail says Spurs -11, the only play I've made so far. maybe it's just the Spurs. Maybe it's just the under for me. I still feel like the Spurs Pop just doesn't care about covering these big spreads, and he wants his team to be rested moving forward.
I agree, and that's why I'm off.
But do you think I feel like that the under is the play, but you think Trae Young and Kevin Huerter will still want to? I mean, you can't play a real fast pace with Vince Carter unless he's just bombing threes every time he touches the ball. I mean, he still can't run the floor. King Rail says Atlanta is too damn small tonight. If Vince Carter's their power forward here, Ski.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, they are definitely small. Rudy Gay's the power forward on the other team, so I mean, they're not going very big over there on that side either.
No,
but Aldridge, he should feast for sure. And I mean, I know you wanted to kind of throw him out, but just a little stat on the total. When the line is 227 to 230, the over is 12-2 for Atlanta, and they went over for their last 5 games.
I guess, I mean, that's just telling me to stay off. But that is, again, an Atlanta team with Dedmon and Collins and Taurean Prince even. Riku Rose.
You know what, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I kind of didn't see this, but without Collins, I think definitely the Spurs.
So do I, but Jesse Daly saying I don't want good teams laying double digits at this time of year, and I get it. There's just no need to put the pedal down. You know, let's come back to this game. Why don't we move on to Rockets at Kings? This was a spot that I almost made a move on the Rockets earlier, and it didn't matter that I never made a move. That line's still at 5.5. This total has dropped. Open at 228, bet line now 225.5. I was extremely impressed with that, how the Kings handled that back-to-back Saturday, Sunday, winning in San Antonio. Speaking of winning in San Antonio, I wonder if that gives San Antonio an edge. But let's focus on this game. Houston at Sacramento. You feel a lean in any spot here?
Well, I kind of like, the thing I like about Sacramento, I mean, I don't know, maybe a lot of people don't feel that way, but I like seeing Bagley and I like seeing Giles together. When Giles is out or one of them is missing, I don't really like it. Kings, as a home dog, they've been great all season. But let's say, Jimmy, let's cap it like how you say. We're going to throw out the season-long stats. So last 5 game stats, Sacramento has the advantage. Offensive rating and rebound percentage. Defense, Houston has the advantage. But I'm looking at this game. All 3 times when the Rockets played the Kings, they blew them out. And the average margin was 19 points per game. Who's going to guard James Harden? Who's going to stop him? If you can't stop James Harden, you can't win. And 5 points is pretty much just asking him. I mean, in my opinion, 5 points or less, I think is kind of just winning the game. I know it's not that easy, but Harden averages 40 points per game versus Sacramento. Who's going to stop Harden? The play has to be the Rockets here.
I guess so, but I like the way the Kings played Houston. I mean, Harden went off for a 50-point triple-double, and it didn't seem to, the Kings were in that game. But you're right. All Houston has to win is just win at 5.5. That's all they have to do. And I'm just hesitant. To make a move. I feel like it's sort of a last-second game. Also, and when I was talking about putting a line through the stats, I just meant for teams like the Lakers and the Atlanta Hawks who have just a completely different roster at this point in the season. But I find this card very difficult. Because we can't go too much longer. We got to get Max in here, but we still have a few minutes, so we don't need to rush. We'll get Max in here in 2 or 3 minutes. What about Nuggets Warriors? Is there a spot that you like better than the Rockets or Kings, or are you going to make a move on the Rockets before we go to the Nuggets Warriors game?
Well, the spots that I like the most on this game, I mean, I already took the Lakers on the full game. I was leaning towards the Rockets here. That's the spot I was trying to make a case for to take the Rockets. And if I wasn't taking that, I mean, I'd have to look at Golden State here or maybe the under. This team, I mean, this game is a playoff game. Pretty much. I mean, they're going for the first spot in the West. Golden State is up by a game. The spread is what, 8.5, Jimmy, 9. I mean, I understand. You see the second team in the West, and you think they can keep it close, but Golden State is like way better than the Nuggets. I don't care that they're second in the West. Golden State is way better. All that we need is for Golden State to care, and this is a game that they should care about. Last 5 game stats, offensive rating, rebound percentage, they have the advantage. Denver has the defensive rating advantage. Golden State has had a tough time covering spreads all year, but like I said, you got to pick the spots where they care, and I feel like this is a spot where they care. So the spots I was leaning on Golden State. As far as the total, two teams that play defense, um, two slower playing teams lately. Golden State 22nd pace, Denver 28th. Offensive rating for Denver last 5 games is 30th. Uh, on the road, the under is 24 and 13 for Denver. Golden State under 23 and 15 at home. It would have to be Golden State. It would have to be the under, or I would like the Rockets in the last game. Those are the only spots I would take besides the Lakers.
Well, I've made two decisions on this card, and I'm going to make moves with them. I am going to take the under in Atlanta, San Antonio, getting under 231 at minus 105 at Heritage. Under 231. And in this kind of a spot, all I need is that one quarter. That one quarter to be at 44 points or 45, which is very possible with this Hawks lineup to have one quarter where they're just shut down. Under 231 at minus 105. And I'm also going to take the under in the Nuggets-Warriors game, under 221, at minus 110. That's available at Bovada. Those are my two plays on this card. And this was a tricky card, and I love the way you broke it down. Just absolutely loved it. So your decisions are Lakers full game, and what did you get on that?
I got plus 12. And Jimmy, before I make my second decision, I just want to ask you, do you like the Lakers first half or the full game more?
I feel hamstrung making a call on the Lakers until I know about Kuzma. I feel like
Let's say he plays.
Say what?
If he plays, would you like the first half or the full game more?
I would like the first half more.
Okay. Well, I may add that because that's honestly what I was looking at, but I will also go with that under on the Golden State game. When we have plays that we agree on, it's been pretty good. So I was looking at Rockets -5 or Golden State on the full game, but I'll rock with that under as well. So I'll get the Golden State under and the Lakers plus 12.
I like it. Man. This was a tricky card. I'm looking forward to see how we fare later tonight. I will send you a message. I'm very interested to see how we fare. Thank you so much for joining us, Ski. This was a tricky 4-game card. Can't wait to have you back on Thursday. Where can we find you on Twitter?
Yep, find me at Ski Profit. Hit me up if you have any questions, and I'll answer as long as I have time. Thanks for having me, Jimmy, and good luck, everybody.
What a class act and great guy Ski Profit is. All right, Maxwell Smart, so sorry that I kept you waiting there. Thank you so much for joining us, my man. How are you feeling on this Tuesday afternoon?
So obviously that feels good.
I hear nothing. I hear absolutely nothing. I guess okay, so I will let Larry fix this. Larry's on it. Larry's giving me the thumbs up. Eric Ventura says, "Nice picture." Me, we'll have to see. Okay, we got the thumbs up. We got the arms. Oh, the arms are going. The arms are going. Okay, let's try this again. Maxwell Smart, my guy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Obviously, the season's coming to an end, but my pockets have been fattening and expanding. So obviously, I can never complain when that's happening. The ladies of the night and the local strippers have been eating quite well, and that means that fluids have been emptied, and that's always great.
Oh, Maxie Fat Pockets, emptying fluids as he should. Max, okay, let's get to work here. This market move's been very strange with Wichita State, Lipscomb. It seemed like money was coming in on Wichita State during our morning show, and that's changed. Money's coming back on Lipscomb. Lipscomb opening at -1. Now they're -1.5 at Bookmaker. Let's take a quick look at this total. I've not made a move on this game. Wichita State, Lipscomb, the semis of the NIT in Madison Square Garden. What are you thinking in this spot?
Yeah, Lipscomb, the Giant Killer, is back again and ready to go up against another prominent program. Listen, Greg Marshall's done a good job of getting his team this far. They've done very well since their conference tournament loss. No one can deny that. Gregory Echenique's been playing above and beyond the expectations that we have for him, even as a senior. I just think that this Lipscomb team, when they're not playing a team named Liberty, they got a chance to win and win in convincing fashion every game. This is a team that plays great defense from the field, great three-point defense. They hit their free throws. They hit almost 40% from three-point distance, and you got the game-breaking score that if he's not scoring, which is pretty rare, he can at least facilitate to a whole bunch of guys, like my favorite guy, Kenny Cooper, Mr. Game-winning shot, Kenny Cooper. Garrison Matthews is obviously the key for Lipscomb, but don't discount the value of Rob Marbury and his over the shoulder hook shot that he has going. He can literally go 15 for 15 from the field if he gets enough touches. And like I said before, if you try and double team and give some help defense, you're more likely to foul than to cleanly block the shot. So I think that this Lipscomb team is definitely going to be able to push the pace, score transition, hit from three, hit their free throws, and they play just as good or better defense than Wichita State. And I think that Lipscomb winning the game and the game staying under 150.5.
Interesting. And why do you like the under?
I just think that we have this whole thought in our head that Lipscomb, when they win, they're an offensive team. Well, they can win a rock fight also. And the way that they're scoring defenses and the way that Wichita State's scoring defenses, I think, Lipscomb may be a little shell-shocked at playing in the Mecca for like 3 or 4 minutes, but I think that eventually they're going to regroup, they're going to adjust, and then they're going to play their game. And I think that Wichita State is just not going to be able to efficiently score the basketball enough to beat this team. So Lipscomb can play offense, they can play defense, they can play slow, they can play fast. I think that they're best suited to try and slow this game down on a defensive in the defensive area. And I think that we're going to see that tonight. So,
I guess I'm a little more comfortable with the under than I am picking a side here. I feel like I can make cases for both teams, and essentially that means stay off of it. So I think I will make a move on the under with you. And Bovada is still hanging at 151. Wow, Heritage is down to 149.5. So, God, line shopping, how important is that? 1.5 difference there. Okay, I'm going to jump on the under. While I'm line shopping for the under, let's talk Hampton Marshall. Marshall, you could have got him at 6.5 on the morning show. They're now -7 at home against Hampton. And this total is dropping too. Open at 174.5, now 173. Hampton, Marshall, Max.
Yeah, Marshall on home court with the ability to bring Ronald Watson and Tavion Kinsey off the bench is definitely a very fluid situation. You're relying a lot on CJ Burks and John Elmore having really good scoring games and not having any low post scoring presence to deal with. My threshold for this game is 8 points for Marshall, but when you have Jermaine Moreau and front court players like Hextall and Akeem Mitchell, you're going to give Marshall a problem that they're not used to having. The other issue is Hampton can really hit a lot of free throws. We've seen them been able to get to the line. We've seen how they penetrate defenses. I don't see Marshall trying to run a zone at them, but I think that it would be beneficial for them to do so. I think Marshall can speed this game up. I think they can slow it down. I think that their best recourse of going up against the firepower that Hampton possesses is to keep this game slow, keep this game limited possessions, work the clock, and really be aggressive on defense.
Good points all. So did you make a move on either the total or the side here?
Yeah, so I'm already on Marshall -6, but my threshold for taking Marshall is 8. And I'm also on the under full game.
What did you get that at?
174.
Yeah, I find that appealing. Do you think I missed my phone? Oh, there's Bill Butlicker! Bill Butlicker in the house. What a treat. Man, we miss you. Shout out to Bill Butlicker in the house. Sorry, stay wrapped. Do you think there's still value at 173? I mean, obviously, if you like it at 174.
Yeah, I think that there's value. I just think that you got to get on it now because I think that the number will continue to go down in the next 20 to 30 minutes.
Interesting. Okay, let's move on to Texas Southern Green Bay. Man, that Texas Southern UL Monroe game where we had the under and it would have cashed by 23 points until they went into overtime, double overtime, and triple overtime was very frustrating. Texas Southern Green Bay here. Sandy Cohen's done you well. Green Bay keeps putting money in your pocket. We doubled up. I tailed you with a double up in Green Bay's last game. Green Bay to cover and the under. Those both cashed. What do you think here, Max? Texas Southern Green Bay.
Yeah, I got a formula with this Green Bay team, and it is just bet on Green Bay and know that when they're going up against an offensively potent team like Texas Southern is proven to be, you have to play good defense. And I'm on the under in this game. I got under 176. I'm on it. I'm very comfortable with it. I think that Green Bay has shown this year on multiple occasions that they can play very good, stout defense. They can score the basketball efficiently, and they can hold teams to long droughts. We saw that versus FIU. We've seen that on multiple occasions in conference. I think that this team at this number, ordinarily most people would look at Green Bay and be like, yeah, this is a high offense, high octane offensive type of game. Well, I think that it doesn't need to be that style. Jeremy Combs is a beast for Texas Southern. He is just very hard to handle. You need to figure out how to deal with him. Green Bay has depth. Green Bay has 8 or 9 guys that you could throw at him. Manny Patterson will be my guy that I throw at him first. And I think that Green Bay is going to be able to cover this 6 points. I think that they are going to extinguish this underdog streak for Texas Southern, and they're going to send them back home to the Lone Star State so that they can have a nice big ribeye.
Oh, a nice big ribeye does sound delicious. I like your looks, and they worked for us very easily last time Green Bay played, and I'm going to jump on them again. While I am line shopping, let's talk Texas TCU. Now, of course, I get the ass end of this line move. I guess I should have waited. So money coming in hearty on Texas all of a sudden. It's down to a pick'em at Pinnacle. And I have TCU at -2. Don't feel very good about that situation. Let's talk this spot, Max. Texas, TCU.
Yeah, after my show today, I was advised that there was a +2 for Texas on Bet365, and I jumped on that. I'm on Texas tonight. I'll make this case for them. They have shown that they are highly motivated for this tournament. They have proved me wrong and tried to rape my pockets of its funds. They have not succeeded, thankfully. Thank you, Xavier. But I will say this Texas team looks like they're on a path to win. This is upperclassmen-laden team. I like my teams with upperclassmen. I think that this is the last shot for guys like Dylan Ostkowski and Kerwin Roach and Matt Coleman. I think that they are going to prove it tonight at the Mecca. I think that when you play Madison Square Garden, I think that adds some extra emotion, some extra motivation to your game. And I think that Texas losing to TCU in the first 2 games in conference season, I think it's very hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Many people will disagree with me on that, but slurp some cock soup on that. I think Texas is going into the Mecca. They are beating TCU. TCU is little brother. Texas is big brother. Big brother is going to step on little brother's throat.
Wow. Wow, it certainly makes me feel uncomfortable. And for all you Sharks fans out there, which I sort of am one of them with my futures, not applicable. Shit the bed. San Jose Sharks to shit the bed. And not applicable, could you please share your shit the bed record? Because it's spectacular. And Ron Lofton says, I'm thinking this Texas TCU game has to go under. What do you think about this total?
Yeah, I'm already on 138.5 on the under. This was a play that I looked at these teams and I'm like, as long as this game doesn't go to overtime, I think that they can survive a free throw beret. And I think that the way that these teams score the basketball against each other is just not efficient. I think that this is going to be a grind them out physical style game. This is a rivalry game. There is in-state rivalry implications, so you know that this matters back home. I think that the Longhorns really need to show that Shaka Smart is the right coach for this program. This is a perfect opportunity in the mid-major Final Four for them to do it. So I'm looking for Texas. I'm looking for Texas under, and I'm just hoping this goddamn game does not go to overtime.
Yeah, I hear that. So my card is now filled with unders. And I guess so is yours. Is that you're just filling it with unders? I've got unders in the NBA as well. I've got 6 totals in basketball, 2 in NBA, 4 in NCAA, and they're all unders. So we'll see how that bangs out. But I've jumped with Max. I'm on Wichita State, Lipscomb under 151 at minus 110. I'm on the Hampton Marshall under 173 at minus 105 at Heritage. I'm on the Green Bay, Texas Southern under 176 minus 105. That's available at Heritage. I'm on Green Bay minus 6 at minus 105. That's available at Heritage. And I'm on the Texas TCU under 137.5 at minus 105. Available at 5 dimes. Al Hart saying, what's up, Jimmy? Wichita's minus 3 at 5 dimes now. Jesus, is that fact?
Yep.
Holy.
Plus 135.
Wow. Oh, at plus 135. Oh, but what is...
Yeah.
Wow, okay, sorry, yeah. Wow, that's wild stuff, wild movements. Max, what a treat it is to run with you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. I find it very sad seeing the college basketball season come to an end and knowing that I'm not going to have you on every single show with me. I hope that you will stick around and join me sometimes because you're a beloved member of the Low Bag family. Where can we find you on Twitter and what shows do you have coming up?
Yeah, you can find me at MaxwellSmart420 on Twitter. And obviously, Jimmy, it's been a pleasure spending this time with you and the Low Baggers. It's always a pleasure to work with someone that you look at as your mentor, as a shining example of the work ethic and dedication that you need to produce this type of content on a day-to-day basis, regardless of you betting your picks. So this has just been a real great learning experience and just great fun. I've enjoyed it immensely, except for these goddamn plays of the day. That's the only thing I don't enjoy, but I will keep on throwing them out. But it's just been real fun and a good time and a great season. And I can't wait till November comes back because that's when I really feel alive is college basketball season.
Yeah, I can't wait to do this again come next year. Absolutely, Max. And Brian Watson says King Rail next. Thanks, Max. Yes, King's Court will be here in 23 minutes. Vegas Gun saying no doubt Max is the man. Thank you so much for joining us, Max. And now I have to go. I'm going to go through all of my picks very quickly, and then we are going to have Freddie Fortune in the house. I'm on Predators minus 1.5 at plus 140. Jackets minus 1.5 at plus 198. Over 5.5 at minus 109. I'm on Hurricanes plus 105. Okay, I'm on the Lightning Canadians under 6.5 at minus 110. I did not take the Penguins. I decided not to take the Penguins on that. And then I'm not on the Jets Wild game. Then I'm on the Stars minus 1.5 at plus 150. I stayed off the Oilers game. Sharks, Canucks, I am off. Even though Pavelski's coming back, I will think about making a move there. Coyotes minus 1.5 at plus 135. And then in NBA, I'm on under 231 at minus 105. Hawks, Spurs. And I'm on the Nuggets, Warriors, under 221 at minus 110. And then in baseball, I'm on first 5 under 4.5, minus 119. Tigers, Yankees. Brewers, team total over 4.5 at plus 103. And the money line at minus 113. And then off the Jays, Rays, and Mets, Marlins, first 5 over 1.5 at minus 136. And I can't bet that because my book doesn't offer the first 5. So hopefully some of these futures come in that I have, and then I can open up some nice big... Or Kentucky Derby payout can work as well, but I can't bet the first 5 over 1.5 minus 136. I'm on the over 8 at minus 110. Mets, Marlins, and then off Astros, Rangers. I'm on the under 7.5. Twins, Royals at minus 103. That's Matt Randall's taint play of the day. And then that's it for me, except Angels minus 1.5 at plus 200. And then college basketball, I added TCU minus 1.5 on the early show. Wichita State, Lipscomb under 151, Hampton under 173, Green Bay under 176, Green Bay minus 6, and Texas TCU under 137.5 at minus 105. Max, thank you so much for joining us. Could you please do us the great pleasure of introducing none other than Freddie Fortune?
Of course, it would be my pleasure, my distinct honor to introduce to you a soul, an individual, a great human being. His name is Freddie. His name is Freddie Fortune.
Freddie, welcome.
English Premier League.
We'd like to see your face, Freddie. They love seeing that ugly.
They don't.
No, but we must have it.
They always send me messages on Twitter. Freddie, you're not gorgeous. Freddie, you're stinky.
Really?
Freddie, you're ugly as a.
Do you have a lot of
dead baby?
Friends you have a lot of children you deal with on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of children. Did you see Larry's play?
I did. Krakow?
Yeah.
It
It lost.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
lost.
Jinxed.
I don't believe that.
Jinx.
Don't touch me. Seriously. Ricardo Goodyear is saying Australian soccer.
I cannot see my face.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, let's move you. Australian soccer, those ties have not been coming in for you.
Shut up. I bet tens of ties a day, and none of them win.
Well, you should stop doing that.
No, I love them.
Okay. Freddie, let's see what you got, man.
I got an English Premier League parlay.
Freddie, what the fuck are you doing down there? Excuse me, what are you doing down there, Freddie? Come on, keep.
I'm ashamed of my face.
Okay, you're ashamed.
People
of your
tell
face.
me that I'm ugly.
Yes, we went through that. We did that.
Tottenham over Crystal Palace at minus 223. And also Chelsea over Brighton at minus 350, which gives me a minus 116 parlay at Bet365.
All right. Okay. So you have Tottenham over Crystal Palace, Chelsea over Brighton?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful work.
I'm on a show, Sophia.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, that's Freddie Fortune, and I'm Jimmy the Bag, and we had Ski Profit. Oh, Jesus. And we had Ski Profit and Maxwell Smart joining us. Thank you all for joining the show, and let's have a very profitable night. Let's start the month off rolling. It was not bad start yesterday. Let's keep it rolling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Most importantly, Leche, Alo's Bookmakers!